Hey everyone, welcome back to Formicid Abyssal Knight with Ultraviolent 4. This is part 8. I'd like to start this one off with a test. If there are two trains traveling in opposite directions... the first train is moving at 30 miles an hour. No, sorry, that's not the real question. Okay, here's the real question. How many times this game have I used shaft self? I'll give you a bit of thinking music. Doom, 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 doom. If you said 1, you would be wrong. The correct answer is 0. So the reason that I haven't used it is because shaft self should be such a last absolutely no other options option. Hey, you can go up to 2. I thought you could actually go up to 3. I thought it could be 1, 2, or 3. Apparently it's only 1 or 2. Anyway, the point is, when I sometimes see random games of people playing Formicids, or people who have asked me for help on what went wrong when they died on their Formicid, they shaft themselves way too readily. Also, when I was speedrunning with doing real-time speedruns with Formicids, people would be like, oh yeah, that's really good because you can shaft yourself, even though in reality you don't want to. It's really dangerous. So if you can, try not to use shaft self. There we go. Alright, so what are we doing here? We cleared Elf 3 at the end of the last one. We ended up with quite a lot of gold, so we're very nearly at the Shield of the Gong. But the best piece of loot we found was the Abyssal Damnation, which I really want to use. It sounds just silly, being able to have a large shield, and especially the Shield of the Gong, as well as Damnation. So, yeah, it's good. The thing about it is that the Damnation will do its damage whether or not you're actually any good with crossbows. So it's actually fine to use with 0 crossbows. I don't know. I'm not going to do it now, but I might actually end up training some for that item. Okay, so we need to go get some bolts, I guess, and then we'll be heading into vaults. It really freaked me out because you can see when we do a search, like it puts all the bolts together into so-called duplicate piles. Alright, Gastronoc's still around. Okay, well, he's nowhere near as scary now as he was. We can't wear a hat anyway. Not that we'd want Ponderous. Alright, so yeah, when I thought there weren't any bolts anywhere. Wouldn't it be the first time? Okay, we're gonna have to do some sort of traversing around. You kind of do need a fair amount of bolts for this Arbalest because every time you shoot a bolt, it blows up, so you lose it. Otherwise, I'd just probably be fine at this point. There's an alligator snapping turtle somewhere. Again, not so scary now because we're quite strong, but when you're first in shoals, those guys hit really hard. 80, I guess we'll go a bit more. It's in Snake, good. Because I was about to travel there anyway. And I'll tell you why in a sec. There was something there. Spiny frog, okay. Okay, I don't remember where Vashnia is, if she's on this floor. Yes, she is. I can see her tile over there. So I'll just go down. There's some more on Snake 4. I don't have our poison at the moment, so if I meet a really big pack of Nagas and snakes, it could be a bad time. Alright, and this actually brought me right to where I wanted to show you. So this was noticed by Wiggly, who pointed it out to me. This little room here, very suspiciously, has a single rock wall. Which, I don't know, is this some sort of secret room here? So I wanted to come back and check. So once upon a time in Crawl, there actually used to be secret doors that you could find. So there was a skill that was called Traps and Doors. And if you trained it, it let you find traps. But it also let you find secret doors. But they were deemed to be not very fun. Oh, it is! Okay, I was hoping there'd be a whole bunch of gold in here. So that's a bit disappointing, but that's really interesting. There you go. So well spotted, Wiggly. And here we go. We're fighting a Nagaraja without any R poison. It's alright, we have Vamp. You gonna come at me? Oh, he's got bolts. Yeah, okay, this is definitely worth. Okay, so we've got 138 bolts. I'm not gonna demonstrate Damnation to you. The issue that I've got is that I'm primarily using a Vamp weapon. So it's a little bit of a pain to switch between the two, because every time I switch from the Vamp weapon and I want to re-equip it, I'll have to be at full hunger. But a bunch of these I think we can drop as well. I'm not going to be using a blowgun. And I think I'm not going to be using maces either. If I'm going to train a weapon to a higher level, I'd rather just go Damnation, I think, rather than training to a Great Mace. And then I'm keeping this Whip of Taut Pheasants, which is actually a really funny name to have on a Chaos weapon, just because it has Aralek on it. Okay, so let's head into Vaults. I'd probably, well, if I'm about to pick up the Shield of the Gong, it doesn't really matter. But at least until then, I'd probably rather have 4 points of MR, because that means we're not going to get marked. But once we get the Shield of the Gong, we're basically going to be marked anyway. But yeah, at least until then, let's have 4 points of MR. Okay, to Vaults. It's random stuff. Here we go. Okay, so Vaults can be quite scary for a Formicid. For one, you can't dig. All your rocks will at least be stone, so there will be no kill holing. Also, you potentially get trapped in rooms with really dangerous packs with Vault Wardens who will lock the door. Most other species could teleport away, but not the Formicid. Although, again, try not to use it unless you absolutely have to, but you do have Shaft Self, just in case. The other good thing is that we've got 20 Invocation skill at the moment, which I'm actually thinking I might want to stop at. Do I? Not really. I think I just want as much Invo as I can get. But anyway, if we get any, as long as we get a clear shot at any Vault Wardens, we should have a very good chance to be able to banish them and to free ourselves from any locked rooms. Okay, we don't need a Ring of Fire. We've got 2 protection from fire rings. Not that one. I wanted MR. There we go. Okay. There's a fire dragon. I'd rather have protection from fire than MR against him. Yeah, it's kind of the weakness of our build at the moment is that normally we don't have any RF or RC. It's probably something that we should be looking to remedy at some point. Alright, no, not on wield. Okay, for these big rooms like this where I sense a whole bunch of things, I need to be really careful because, as I was just saying, if there are rooms with wardens in them, I don't want to be locked inside. I want to get the Annihilator. He's much more dangerous than the Actor. And again, make these guys come to me. I've got Vamp. I don't mind if I fight a huge amount of them one at a time. But don't want to fight them all at once. Okay, another thing. And 1 slime on his own. Okay, Okay, how are we going for gold? Very close. Okay, he started summoning. The only way to stop them summoning now, I believe, is if you cast silence on them while they're summoning. Again, I don't know if he just called in a warden. It doesn't look like it, but I don't really want to find out. So I backed up all the way to this room up here. Cool. Rakshasa. Here's a wizard. His main scary thing would be paralysis, which doesn't work, or banish, which we don't care about. So, not a big deal. I guess lightning bolt if he were double zapping. There's another pack over there. Yaktors. Okay, yell out to them. And then make them come. There's a warden. If we just check, our banish chance on him is 67%. That's pretty good. I feel pretty confident that if we need to get those guys, should be pretty successful. How good is Vamp? Just by the way. Okay. Oh, we're confused. It's like not too big a deal for our Formicid, but that would have been a nightmare for the previous character, which was the mummy. I'm sensing a room with a mass of things in there. Oh, I got marked? 14%. Oh, right, because I've still got my RF ring on instead of the protection from magic. That makes sense. Okay, I really want to be backing up, although I should kill this guy. Someone just read a scroll of summoning? Really? Yeah, that's a bummer. Okay, here are boggarts and wardens. This summoned wolf spider is doing a really good job to just block me from the... Okay, it ran out. Alright, let's get the warden then. Got him. And also the boggart while we're at it. So things don't just get really silly. Again. And another warden. Okay, good. Oops, missed a step. May as well take him out with us. But this is basically a sneak preview of what the Shield of the Gong is going to be like. Let's put our protection from magic ring back on. It's going to be like that with things just running at us from every direction. Alright, that's thoughts one done. These rooms like this scare me because they just feel like the sorts of rooms where you get the crazy warden packs. Kaywin's Ghost, the Merfolk Scald. He has a few things, but nothing too scary. We can probably just fight him. Can we banish him if we need to? 11%, not really. We can fight him on the stair though. He's a blink ghost too. And has summon butterflies, but it looks like we just beat him in combat. You can hit for up to 50, that's actually an enormous amount, but this is again showing you how good shields are, all these dark green ones. Block, 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 block. Good. Freezing Wraith. Alright. Don't want to get Titanic slimed. Armor to 15. I think armor is probably another skill that I'm just going to keep training forever. So fighting armor and invocations will basically do until the end of the game. Dodging I'm going to turn off at 10. And then I think once I get dodging to 10, probably I'll turn on some crossbows. Ooh, every time we get gold I get excited. Also look how many... Ooh, okay, this is okay. As long as we're in a hallway here one at a time. Also, I want to get the Convoker before he summons. I'm on fire right now. And not in a good way. There we go. We still haven't found boots or an amulet this game. Is that correct? We found some crappy amulets. Hey, we could have an amulet of the gourmand, but that's 300 gold, so we're not doing that. They're both really bad. And we haven't found boots. Is that correct? That is correct. 0 matches for boots when you're in vaults. Alright. The warden's on top of us, that's okay. I want to get to the convoker so he stops calling things in. Right. We're good. Here's another big room. Yep. As I suspected, it was a warden room. When I stand on the door like that next to the warden, he actually can pull me in, which is a bit scary, but he didn't. Mercy. Okay, run at the slimes. Don't let them join together. Another big warden room. I'm pretty sure that if I run for this door below me, he's going to see me and lock it. Maybe not. Okay, I'm kind of surprised he didn't, but again, mercy. And then I don't mind fighting him down here because getting to the convoker. But yeah, because I know what's down here, as in it's already cleared. Whereas if I get locked up here somewhere fighting him, I don't know how much stuff is in this room. Could be, well, could be anything really. Could have Jory there, could have Marjorie, and we don't have good RF. Here is a flayed ghost that's been summoned on top of us, along with a bunch of other stuff. I think I immediately want to get the flayed ghost. It's a 67% chance. Got him, okay. And now I don't mind fighting this stuff. Is that true? Yeah, well I'm not locked in here. So I can start backing up to not be completely surrounded by all that stuff. Okay. Really don't want to get my MR halved, and as I say that, my MR gets halved. Because he now has a 17% paralyzed chance on us. Can we banish the Phantasmal Warrior? Not really. Well, I've got a 50-50, I can try. Okay, I got him. And then again on this guy, 50%. Otherwise, I've got 5 potions of cancellation. I think that's the play. I just cancel off this halved MR. 17% paralyzed doesn't sound like an enormous amount, but I'd just rather not have it happen. So I'm going to cancel it off. So I get my MR back, and now it goes back to 0%. And now I'm happy. Okay, now we're alright. Dodging to 10, turn that off. This is kind of, oh, get the convoker. This is kind of like, that guy, the other one saw me. This is what vaults can be like for a Formicid. Oh no, we've got a large abomination next to us. We're sort of trapped in this corner here, and the convoker is again calling things in. Luckily we have blink, so I'm going to bend space to hopefully get down. I did. And no. Well, I was going to see if I could banish the convoker before he finished recalling, but that's okay. Just going to start heading back up towards the stairs, and I'll can fight here. I'll take these guys up. We'll stair dance them. How about that? Hello, Boggett. That is a large abomination that is mighted. That's probably okay. It wasn't too bad. Alright, a new ring. +3 strength. No thank you. How are we going for gold? Oh hey, we made it. Okay, let's go. Time to get the shield of the Gong. This is gonna get silly. Excellent. Alright. Yeah, let's grab it. Okay, so this will give us an extra point of MR. So I actually can switch back to this evasion ring, which is good because the shield of the Gong also gives us -5 evasion. So this shield is kind of insane. It's a +18 large shield. It is a large shield, right? Or is it just a shield? Oh, it's just a shield. I thought it was actually a large shield. That's still okay. Alright, so it's a +18 shield. Gives you RLX, some RN, some MR, a bit of an EV minus penalty. But its main feature isn't actually listed here, which is interesting. But it's really loud, and I mean really loud. As in, like when you block things, it will alert the whole floor to you loud. Let's see, we've got 25 shield at the moment. This is going to take us to... okay, never mind. It's like also 25? No, 36. Okay, so we get so much shield. And then, yeah, we're going to be basically marked. Let's drop this other large shield. We're basically going to be permanently marked. But we are also going to be blocking champion. And I'm going to drop the Whip of Taut Pheasants, because we now have Arlek. Cool. And then, yeah, that gives us 4 points of MR. Okay, back into vaults. So this is going to get silly. We're going to be fighting whole floors at once. Again, I'm not sure if this is... Here. Gong. You see the noise meter goes to full purple. And yeah, I'm not sure if this is really bad or really good. I feel like this can be really good in places where I can kill hole. Okay, I need RF against a fire giant. But maybe not quite so good in vaults where we can't. But still, I don't know. If it's really bad, we'll stop, but I think this will be good. Maybe. It will be silly in any case. We reached level 23. Cool. And then how are we going for gold? Okay, we just used all of our gold. But it might be worth... I mean, we've got no other amulet. If we get to 300 gold, it might be worth getting an amulet of the Gourmand. It would actually make it a lot easier to switch between the crossbow and the Lajatang. So we picked up some artifact gloves. Normally I'd be kind of excited about this, except that we already have the Gauntlets of War. But we should ID it. Maybe we'll have 3 points of RF. It's just got plus regen, so no thank you. Death Knight. Okay, so we already are up to almost 750 bolts. Bolts is actually an insane time for bolts because you get so many for the Yaktors. And I would love it if we could get reflection with this much shield. We definitely don't have one. Yeah. Oh well. Look at the noise meter, just keeps going. Also, I need to get this floating eye because they'll paralyze you regardless of your MR. Alright, this looks like a lot of things. Gong, 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 bong, patong. Patang? Patong? Maybe? Okay. The war gargoyles are a bit scary. Not insane. Also, this Tengu is a bit scary. And I've just remembered that I'm still wearing the RF ring rather than the +3 evasion. But I'm thinking that maybe that might be better anyway. I don't know. It might be better just to have RF at all times. No, it's not. It's better to have the evasion. And then I'll just switch in if I see fire enemies. That guy's summoning. I'm just gonna banish him before he gets me. Okay, fine. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. And we're already up to 300 gold. Is there anything else worth saving for? Not really. I feel like it might be worth just going to get the Amulet of the Gourmand. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's go get it. And then let's start using the Obelisk Damnation. Okay, let's grab this. Where is it? Amulet of the Gourmand. We'll put that on. So that lets us eat chunks of meat even when we're not hungry. All the way up to engorged. And then let's start training some crossbows. We've got a +0 aptitude, so it's nothing special. But again, the crossbow can't really miss. Alright. Vampire Knight. Well, he can't paralyze me, so his main scary element does not apply. Fire Dragon. Switch to RF. Shield of the Gong with a Vamp Lajatang is actually kind of silly. I'm going to drop that stuff. I'm going to also turn them off in my auto pickup. Establish that there aren't any that I actually want. Yeah, the only one is maybe Wizardry. This has Appetition in it. That's something that is worth knowing. Cool. Even if I don't actually train translocations for that, if I quaff a Potion of Brilliance, I probably could Appetition something to me if I really needed to. I don't know, who knows what, could be anything. Like maybe we're about to die and then we see in the distance a scroll of fear as our last chance. We could port it to us and try to fear us or something. I don't know. Alright, so we're engorged, so let's start playing around, I think, a little bit with our Arbalest crossbow. I'm going to need to get rid of this inscription because it's going to prompt me all the time when I switch between the two, which will be really annoying. Oh, it's still going to prompt me anyway. Alright, so let's see. That's a lot of dudes. Okay, so the Damnation crossbow has 2 damage components. The first is from the actual Arbalest. So in that sense, that one can miss. But the actual Damnation component, as long as you use a full stop to select the target you want, will never miss. And there's pretty much nothing in a 3-rune game that resists Damnation. So this thing is really, really good. Do I have macros? ZE. That's not this game. Okay, I'm going to make a macro that just does F dot. That's not what I wanted. That one. F dot, so F is your fire key, and dot is to say fire to that exact tile. So my F dot macro means I'm firing my Arbalest, but at the particular tile. And I fire it up here in top right in brackets at 1.9. So it takes me almost 2 turns to fire this thing, which is not great, but not a big deal. Considering it's just going to kill everything. This crossbow is so good. Yeah, and it ignores AC too. So it absolutely shreds even really dangerous high AC enemies like Orbs of Fire. Yeah, I probably, if I weren't in Vaults here picking up 800 bolts, I probably wouldn't just be going so crazy with it, just on random skeletons. But, yeah, we have so many bolts, I don't really care. Once something gets on top of you like this, you need to stop using it though, because you don't want to hit yourself with the Hellfire. Does the same things for you, as in ignores your AC as well. Does not miss, etc. There's Crypt. I don't think we're going to be going into Crypt. Yeah, we see a lot of things, and you see them all moving because our Shield of the Gong makes so much noise. Everything's being alerted. He's summoning. Okay. We've got stuff everywhere. I think it's worth just blinking here. Although if I get really unlucky, I might blink into the room. But still, I don't really want to be surrounded like this. Okay, good player. Was never worried there at all. I knew what I was doing. Just kidding, I didn't. I don't really want to hit him when he's reflecting damage back at me. Although, I mean, we got vamp, so it's not... we're just vamping as much back anyway. Alright, here's Jory. You can see Jory's listed as red, so he's a dangerous unique. Let's XV him. The main thing that's scary is this one here. He has Crystal Spear, and his Crystal Spear is about 112 damage, I think. Oops. Ultra-Violent 4 is undefined, that's not right. 3d37, that's 111. Is that right? 90 plus 21, yep, 111 damage. And he can also mesmerize you. So don't underestimate him. If you drop below 111 damage, 111 HP, you're asking to die. Alright. Things about him, we don't have silence. He's an enemy that gets destroyed by silence. Because when he can't cast his spells, he doesn't really do much. So I guess what we want to do, let's see if we can banish him. Basically not, 2%. We could maybe read vulnerability and then try to banish him, but I think we can probably just fight him. So I'm going to throw some nets at him and then just whack him. He actually didn't escape the net. Okay, that's our 0 skill throwing net there. That item is so good. If you're not picking up nets, you should be. Okay, let's not fight them all at once. Okay, here comes an ice dragon. Let's put on a ring of protection from cold. Good. And on we go. Okay, so it's going to prompt me whenever I unwield the Vamp Lajatang, but not when I wield it, which I guess is only half as annoying. So in this instance here, I can't directly shoot the Flayed Ghost, but I can shoot the tile next to him. And again, if I use dot, I can't miss, or if I go here, I can hit both of them actually, and then the explosion will hit him. Yeah. Okay, we're good. We're good. We just one-shot him. This crossbow is actually so amazing. I love it. To be using it with a shield like this is actually... And the Shield of the Gong is actually insane. And this looks like it's a treasure vault. It is. Oh man. This Amulet of the Gourmand seems to work pretty well with it too. Because I'm not having to stop to eat when I switch. Let's see. Needs a +7 Demon Trident. Have I seen any Demon Tridents? Not a single one. Okay. So I don't like our chances of ever getting in there. Also, our Lajatang itself is only +5. So, any enchant weapon scrolls that I find, even if we get a Demon Trident, I'd probably rather just put on our own weapon. God, that crossbow is insane. Look at that. I didn't even put my RF on. That's how confident and or cocky this crossbow is making me right now. I think I want to go back to Vamp though, while we're sitting next to this guy. Okay. The Tengu Reavers scare me a bit. I don't know what book they have, so if he's a lightning bolt type, that's okay. But he could have Fireball, he could have Venom Bolt, he could have Corrosive Bolt, and I don't normally have any RF, Arc Corrosion, or Arc Poison on. I think I put on the Ring of Protection from Fire, just in case he's the Fire type. Okay, well he just died anyway. Still, those guys can go crazy and just slam you with really damaging conjurations. We are flying through vaults right now. Frost Giant, I definitely want cold. That one's not too hard to think about that one. And let's just two-shot him with Damnation. Oh man, this is absurd. I love it. Back on the stairs, as again we just one-shot stuff. This is also good. So you see how much noise this crossbow makes? With its Hellfire explosions, it makes a lot of noise. But then we don't really care at this point. In fact, I should be going to abandon Lugonu and worshipping Quaz, and then we could just go all in on the noise. Let's take this guy out before we get locked in here. Reach level 24. I guess I go more dex. I have more strength than I could ever really need, and we got strength off our natural point anyway. I don't know that I want to go down here. There's some crazy stuff going on, along with another Convoker who's likely to just bring even more things in. So I'd rather just go to a new stair. Never mind. Sorry. About to get flayed here. I don't like that particularly for my MRs about to get halved by this guy, and I'm near someone who can halve my HP with agony. So yeah, just use some piety, just banish some dudes. Ooh, amulet. Is this the reflection that I've been after? No, it's not. It's just harm. I mean, we shoot at 1.7. Takes us a pretty long time to shoot this thing, but you can't argue with its effectiveness. I don't want to shoot him there. Gonna blast myself in the face. Oh, I need to eat before we can switch around. Although that's not quite true. I can unequip fine. It makes us hungry when it happens, as in when we unequip, but I only need to be full when I'm re-equipping the Vamp weapon. I keep forgetting to switch my rings around. It's something I'm not very good at remembering. Okay, so I know he's down here. I can sense him. Okay, I was thinking I could fire around the corner and hit him with the explosion, but I didn't do it. I just backed up. But that could have been a pretty sick play. The Orc Knight in there's got a crossbow. He's just trying to engage me at crossbow warfare. It's just not going to work. Well, rather than fiddle around with switching weapons, let's just shoot the tile away. If you've got room, even if a monster's next to you, you can shoot the tile next to them and then still hit them with the explosion. Alright, and the Shield of the Gong seems to be doing pretty well. No complaints. We got our crossbows up to 5 skill. This looks like a lot of dudes. It seems like a perfect place to find a warden. So I'm stepping back out towards the room out here. Maybe it's just ugly things. Seems like it. Ugly things, elves, and ogres. No warden. Cool. That was a very fast and straightforward vault. So we're going to be heading into depths now. Is there anything I want to buy? I can afford a Wand of Clouds. That's not bad, but I probably want to train some evocations to do that. I guess that's not a bad idea, considering we have all these evocables. We have a box of base. There's another box of base that we could also buy, as well as a sack of spiders. Yeah, I think so. Let's also turn on evocations. Yep, and then we'll go grab that Wand of Clouds and other stuff. Okay, let's get protection from fire against you. And I guess we may as well damnate you a bit as you approach. And when I say damnate you a bit, I mean damnate you wholly. Alright, so Wand of Clouds. Do I have a Lamp of Fire? Yes. Box of base, and then we're out of gold. Okay, so we've got 2 boxes of base. They're pretty good even without evocation skill, but they get even better when you do. Cool. Let's head into depths. We hear the crackle of arcane power. I would like to do that. First of all, well, maybe we'll see. The thing is that we're going to make so much noise here that the whole floor is going to be running at us. So I don't know, by the time we actually, okay, maybe not. Let's magic map it. And then it is here. The way that you can tell, and I still see there are a lot of people who don't know this, but so because you might be like, is it that one? Or is it this one? The way that you tell is you search for downstairs and portals appear as downstairs. So it tells us that it's this one and not that one. I don't know. That's one of those secrets that devs don't want you to know. We're going to head for it. Are we? Yep. Sense a monster nearby. Yes. You can sense many. Let's eat a bit just in case we have to switch back. Well, this is what I was afraid of in terms of making a lot of noise. Let's go up. I don't know. I'll be pleasantly surprised if we can make it back for the Wiz Lab. Because look at this. We're playing Quazzle right now. Because we make so much noise. Gong, gong, pang, shrong. Having this much shield with a Vamp Lajatang is actually filthy. Alright, I want to get the vampire. This scares me a bit. Yeah, I don't want to be surrounded by this many dudes. So let's go up. Evocations to 2. Even if I don't take that very high, if I just take it to about 8 points or something like that, that will still give me, it will still make my Wand of Clouds really, really powerful. Alright, I need to have the RF on. Did I put it on? Yeah, okay, I got it. Alright, Vamp for the win. At least the Vamp is allowing me not to have to rest. So, these guys are all still here from the Boggart. I gotta be careful as well, because I don't want to, I don't just want to die randomly to the very ugly things or hitting me with cold damage while I have no RC. I probably should just put that RC on, because they're gonna still be standing here at the stair. Well, let's stair dance up the trolls. Oh, it hurts. I don't know about this. Let's wait up a little bit. Alright. What I could be doing, and maybe should be doing, is running over to the wall up here and digging a kill hole. I've just been thinking so much about getting to the Wiz Lab that I forgot that I'm playing a Formicid. Although I can just keep dancing these guys. I guess that's not a bad decision. Oh, it hurts so much. They're all fake though. I'm so hurt. I need to rest though. I think we probably just missed the Wiz Lab. That's okay. Okay, well we got the Boggart. I want RF on. The cool thing about this is that when we finally... Oh. Can I banish him? Oh yes, okay, thank you. Alright. I need to have RC on. Oh man. When I do finally finish this fight here at the stairs, and I should have put RF on before I did that. That was a mistake. The floor's probably going to be pretty empty. Oh man, yeah. There's like no way we're getting to this Wiz Lab. Really? Are those guys all fake? You are fake trolls? I think so. Yeah, they're all fake. They're all from the Rakshasa. I thought they disappeared though when you killed the thing that they were copied from. Yeah, I need to get this Rakshasa. He's so annoying. There's Nicola. I have Aralek from my shield, so I'm not too worried about him. Rune Cloak. We will check that out. But let's see if we can get into the Wiz Lab. I think it'll be gone. Yeah, it is. So that's unfortunate. Let's see what this Rune Cloak is though. It's just +2. Okay. No thank you. Back to +2 magic resistance. Okay, so that was kind of unfortunate. Like I said, I mean we only needed to get from there to here. But that was always going to be a tough ask when we were going to have the whole floor running at us. If I really, really wanted to, I could have tried to blink or run around them and just charge for the Wiz Lab. But that's asking for trouble because I don't know what else is down here. Could have been anything. You can sometimes have like entrances to Pan that have fiends guarding them. So yeah, better to just miss the Wiz Lab than just randomly die. And I think we're going to stop that one there. So if you join me in the next one, we'll finish our depths. That looks interesting. There's a rune door there too. I don't know if we'll be going in there, but we'll be heading down into depths and then going to get a third rune. So see you then.